Radio Podcast. This is Deborah the Judge Radio Podcast, all the way from Putnam County, Florida. Yes, Putnam County, Florida, in the northern central section of Florida. So, thank you guys for joining me again. Hello, judges. Yes, you can judge if you feel like you want to, okay? Because we all judge. But just remember, as you judge, people are going to judge you. So, with that said, for those who are new to the podcast, please understand that this is an opinionated podcast. I do talk about daily topics, but this is my opinion and my opinion only. So we can agree to disagree. Okay. So for those who don't know, I moved from Atlanta, Georgia area here to Florida, Putnam County, Florida, and bought this demolished trailer because I was so cheap, right? But I'm glad that I did. So I've been doing rehab, repairs, and all this kind of stuff, and it's almost finished. Yeah, it's almost finished, believe it or not, after a year and a half of basically just going at it every day, every day, every day, every day. And every now and then, I take a little break, go give me a little cocktail, go out to dinner or something like that. But like I told you just recently, I went to see The Color Purple, and I really enjoyed Fantasia in that particular film. But so let me come on, and I'm gonna do this first because I don't want to lose it on my TV screen. So yesterday I talked about there was a pastor by the name of Carlton Pearson who died. And I'm talking about pastors because of all the relationships that they have with these young gay men and how they like to mentor these young black gay men. So anyway, Pastor Shirley Caesar, she has won so many Grammy Awards, Dove Awards, uh, all these different spiritual awards and shit. Okay, she's extremely famous in the black community. But anyway, so she's sitting in the audience with two other people, and the guy who spoke was Carlton Pearson, the one who died. That was one of his younger mentees. And he was a good looking, honey. He was sharp as hell too, honey. He was so sharp he could cut you with a knife, okay? But he was speaking. And at a certain time afterwards, he started speaking, he introduced his husband. Okay, so we're talking about a minister funeral who got over $6,000 6,000 members in his church, who's supposed to be teaching the biblical principles. And now you got his mentee, one of his main mentees, this young man, which he ain't young anymore. He was probably looking like he's about in his 40s or 50s or late 40s or something like that, with his husband that he just married. But I want to show you, I found it on YouTube, of the reaction of her and her response from it. This shit cracked me up. I had to go replay this shit again, okay? So let me see if I can. This is a channel by the name of Isaiah Robin. Okay, he got 152,000 views on this. This was a couple of days ago. And it says, Pastor shocked after a bishop introduces husband. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you.
But you are going to be shocked when we get to the end of this thing.
Okay, here we go.
It is going to be on this.
My beautiful husband right there. He took us under his proverbial and...
That's Pastor Shirley Caesar with a man who calls himself a bishop talking. And she finds out that the man who calls himself a bishop has a husband. Or, as they call it, first gentleman. Yeah. You heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. First gentleman. Let's watch it one more time. This is Pastor Shirley Caesar's reaction. Okay?
My beautiful husband right there. He took us under his proverbial and...
Let me play that back for you again. This shit's funny as hell.
Call it first gentleman. Yeah. You heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. First gentleman. Let's watch it one more time. This is Pastor Shirley Caesar's reaction. Okay?
My beautiful husband right there. He put us under his proverbial and.
But anyway, I just wanted to play that shit for you. I thought that was just hilarious. She's just like, what the fuck? So anyway, I am going to talk about TDJakes a little bit and his hairdresser. Okay. His hairdresser and the fact that him and his hairdresser got into some sort of misunderstanding. And now, right after that, they say that the hairdresser was deleted. So he got into a argument or some misunderstanding with Bishop T. Jakes. Now, the guy's name is Tyrone, who was Bishop T.D. Jakes' hairdresser, and ended up being deleted. Okay, so sources are saying that there's who knows that T.D. Jakes may have some body counts, allegedly. Okay, allegedly may have some body counts and shit worse than P. Diddy. You just never know. But I don't think anybody can have any body counts worse than P. Diddy got from all the people that's lined up with him. Allegedly, from Tupac to Biggie and Kim and oh my God, there's just so many to name. You just it goes on and on. But anyway, so basically, he's been going to YouTube. The people that represent TDJakes going to YouTube and harassing these content creators. So some of them been getting what we call copyright strikes because they showed the video of him preaching, talking about all I got to do is repent, even if I did do it. Ooh, Lord have mercy. And then the other people are saying that they've gotten some threatening calls that allegedly is supposed to be coming from, I guess, from TDJ camp or from whoever is following TDJs of that nature. So I have to, of course, say all this allegedly shit, okay? But at the end of the day, you know, everything in the dark is going to come to the light. That's all I can tell you. Just read 1 Corinthians 6 and 9, okay? Because at the end of the day, when a Christian person gets into or have a problem with another person, they're supposed to go to that person and talk that out. But you see, he didn't do that. He went straight to the legal system. See, it amazes me sometimes how people talk about they trust in the Lord and this and that, but they use carnal methods to protect themselves when they find themselves in deep shit. Like a lot of ministers talking about, you know, healing and I'm expecting healing and this and that. And then all of a sudden, you hurry up and get to the doctor and get you something. What happened to the healing and stuff? Of course, they'll try to say, well, you know, God uses doctors and he uses medicine and all that to help. God don't need nothing to help him do shit. Because he is God. God don't need nobody's help. Since when did God need some help? But this is the things that we tell ourselves. And these are the things how religion is shifting on the miracles of what God can do. Because he's still a miracle maker. Okay? He's still a miracle maker. He's still all powerful. Yeah, I ain't talking about the Oz either. Okay, I'm talking about the one and only Yahweh, the Most High God. Not the Baphomet God, not the moon God. None of that, okay? None of that crap. But anyway, let me go on. I don't want to get into a religious sermon. Hallelujah. Okay. So let me, before I get back into the ghetto stuff, let me go ahead and hit y'all with some serious things, okay? So now we're looking politically, we're looking at North Korea. That's right, North Korea. So North Korea now is escalating its nuclear capabilities. And so South Korea is basically preparing for something because they think that North Korea is going to jump off and do some stuff. And South Korea leader says if they are provocating anything that they said that they just said they're gonna light them up. That's what South Korea said. We just gonna light them up, and we'll ask questions later. And this is how serious it is over there with North Korea, because Kim Kong Yu or whatever his name is. He always starting some shit. Okay, he always bragging and having his military walking this stuff, and everybody in the world see what's going on with him, and he's doing well and this kind of stuff. Okay, but it's gonna be crazy if that happens. Now, the new thing in China is that China now has put in a law and told its people that nobody can take pictures of the military. Nobody. So if a Chinese citizen takes picture of any part of the military, whether they're rolling down the street with tanks or over flying over whatever, if they take pictures and they get caught, it is a criminal offense. And so you know what happens, what they do, they put their ass in jail, and they may not ever see daylight, because they don't play over in China. When the leader of China say we not having it, that's the hell what he means. We not having it. And I think that they smart in doing that because they don't want the world to know what they're planning. And we know they're waiting to pounce on Taiwan. Taiwan is gearing up too. It's just so funny to me, because when I look at Taiwan, you got the little bitty country, and then you got China, this huge, massive, billion man army. But you know what they say? Little David and big Goliath. How did that work out for you, Goliath? Not well. Not well. But anyway, that's what's going on in the news. And Russia, of course, now is on yesterday, has basically lit into the Ukraine and hitting civilian targets. They said they're hitting civilian targets over in Ukraine. And that's kind of interesting. But they said it is the biggest air assault that Russia has launched since they started the war. It said dozens of people were killed in Ukraine. So I'm not sure if Biden is still going to try to give him some more money, because basically the Republicans will say, well, if we got to give him some money, we will, but you got to do something with this border. So they got to trade off. And unfortunately, that's the way it is. But that's politics. You take some and you give some. And that's how things have been done, in our political society. So anyway, let me get on to the next thing. Oh boy. Before I get out of here. And I'm going to show you guys to the table in the kitchen that I'm starting to work on for those people watching my rehab, my rehab progress. So the last thing I want to talk about is I talked about P. Diddy and his all the people around him that's dying and stuff. Now, people say that P. Diddy was arrested by the FBI. If y'all know of that, please let me know, because I've been searching and searching and searching. But every time I look for something that says that with CNN, the FBI, it's not conclusive. Because if he was arrested by the FBI, there would be some picture somewhere of that. Somewhere. Okay, and if they arrested him, it would be here in Florida, in on his Stark Island. He's at Smart Island, I think it's Smart Island. So he got a place down here in Florida, and I'm pretty sure that information would have been out by now. So if y'all know about that arrest, please let me know in the comment section. I appreciate it. TDJakes, and I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. So now the parishioners that belong to his church have stopped coming to his church. You knew that was going to come, right? So they have stopped coming to the church. And so now his wife Sarita is kind of getting a little worried because see, that money ain't gonna be flowing in. See, TDJakes is worth about $450 million. Okay, $450. That's how much he's worth. But now they're saying that the people that go to his church and stuff, a lot of those people are beginning to stop coming, and now more people are beginning to come forward. There was a guy that came forward that said that he had contacted TD Jakes in the ministry because he needed some help, I guess with some bills or whatever. And it said it took them 3 months to help the guy. And then with the help they gave him was $50. What in the hell is $50 going to do? And he's probably not by himself, because I remember a situation at New Birth when I was going to New Birth Missionary Baptist Church with Bishop Eddie L. Long. And he was always in the camera giving cars away and giving this and giving that. But his parishioners, when they needed the money, they would have to go through the church office, because that was church money. So he had money, and then the church had money. So when he would give stuff, that would be out of his own pocket. But if you really wanted something from the church, then you got to put your name in the list. Then they got to get all in your business of why you couldn't pay your electric bill and all this kind of stuff, right? But you go through a rigmarole in order for them to give you money. And then you got to make sure that you're paying your tithes, because they just ain't finna give you no money and you don't pay your damn tithes. So it's a lot that goes with church and church giving money to the people that go to the church. Okay. So anyway, let me show you guys this, and I'm going to get ready to get out of here. So I told you that I'm going to make a kitchen island. Now this is a piece of wood. Did you see right here? And I got some food sitting over here. Get that out the way. Okay. But this right here is a piece of wood table that you see right here. Okay. It's kind of like an oblong table. Okay. You see right there. And it's actually a tabletop that I found at a thrift shop. It was only the top. And my plan is to sand all of this down, because it's dark brown, but sand it all the way down, and then to cover it with some sort of epoxy. Now, right now, this particular piece of wood is actually sitting on what I would call a desk, where you see some drawers here and some drawers right there, okay, sitting there. So that's actually what it's sitting on right now. But my plan is to purchase some cabinets from Lowe's, little small short cabinets, and place this wooden piece on top of those cabinets. Okay, so I can use the cabinets for storage. And the cabinets are going to be underneath here on this side, and one cabinet on the other side to balance it out. But this is what happens when you are a person who wants to work with their hands and do things with their hands. Plus, you want to save some money, because that's what it's about too. And the money that I'm saving is going to allow me to be able to go and take some trips. Okay, so I'll be able to take some trips and stuff to different places. So next year I'm going to New York. And I've been to New York before, but I'm going to go again. So that's what it looks like as far as that kitchen cabinet. So thank you guys for tuning in. And as I talked on yesterday, DJ Khaled and Rick Ross now has been found out. The guy who was with P. Diddy, who was in jail, was interrogated, basically said that they were gay. And I already told you that I already knew that, because anytime that anybody hangs with P. Diddy and they like in the background, like his funky, that's what I call it. They is funky, okay? But who would ever thought that DJ Khaled would be in that lifestyle, allegedly? Okay, the whole TDJ situation is depressing. It really is. But it's so much bigger than TDJakes. Because can you imagine all of these other ministers that are all connected to TD Jakes. It is just so many that's connected. And you probably weren't here earlier, but I showed on the TV on the YouTube station where there was a person, a pastor by the name of Carlton Pearson that passed away. And he had mentees, young black men were mentees, and that they were gay. And all of that stuff is coming out. And I told you guys the other day that when I was at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, I was on the nursing guild at the time. Now I am or was a registered nurse, but I retired, so I don't do that anymore. But I was on the nursing guild at the church, so I kind of was in the lingo of the in crowd at certain times, et cetera, and saw different things. And what I saw, it just disturbed me so bad because it was just too many gay people walking in the pulpit. It's just too many. And every time Tyler Perry would come to the church, he would sit up there like he was a pastor and shit, like he was anointed with some shit, But that's what happens when you got money. It's just like him laying hands on TD Jakes and TD Jakes falling all out and shit. But he just donated $1 million, so I guess I would fall out too and shit. I'd be all on the floor. I'd be running around the church and shit. Oh, hallelujah. No, let me stop. I don't play with God like that. But, this is what they do. But I was just totally at all the choir, the director of the choir is gay. Bishop Eddie Long, his assistant was gay. It's just gay, 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 gay everywhere you look. And I couldn't help but to look to say, does anybody see what I'm seeing? And if you say something about it, people get mad at you, saying you talking about the minister, you're not supposed to touch not my anointed. That's the famous phrase that everybody use. Touch not my anointed, you're gonna go to hell. I'm like, folks, your ass already in hell. This is hell right here. America is hell. We're all in hell right now. Ooh, Lord have mercy. But anyway, let me get out of here. I'm going to play this one more time for you guys that missed it. And then this is Pastor Shirley Caesar's reaction when she found out that this gay minister was introducing his husband at this pastor's funeral. So this is Pastor Shirley Caesar, famous black pastor. So here it goes.
When we get to the end of this thing, it is going to be on this.
My beautiful husband right there. He took us under his proverbial.
You see how she jumped like, oh, okay. Wow. But this is what we come to. But anyway, you guys take care and we will talk later. One love.